Hello fellow Sudokans, and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku puzzle for Tuesday the 17th of May 2022. I hope you are keeping well as you possibly can be kept today and on every other day. Let's hope things go well for you and for me. I'm being a bit lazy today. I'm not in a working mood. I have lots of work to be getting on with, but I'm just avoiding it right now. And I love YouTube because it brings up such a diverse range of videos. There are some that I mention on my front page, but there are others that I really love as well. One that I really love to watch is this guy who photographs bears. When I mean videos, bears. He's in the US, and he has bears that come onto his property, and he's been doing this for a while now. They're fairly short videos. He just sits on his porch filming these bears, and he's been doing this for a couple of generations. These bear cubs, they are just so incredibly cute to watch. They're really adorable creatures, they really are. And that's one way of I find of relaxing, just sitting watching these videos of these bear cubs as they arrive on his porch and try to get food from the bird feeder and stuff like that. And their mother, who was once a cub herself, I've been watching it for a while, she's grown up and got her own cubs now. It's a nice relaxing thing to do. So that's the relaxation out of the way. Now it's onto the stressful job of playing Sudoku. No, of course, this is also a stress reliever, hopefully, for most people. So I should get on and play this New York Times hard level game. It's actually still morning here. I normally play this in the afternoon, but I'm playing this first in the hopes that it will encourage me to get on with some work after I finish, right? First number that I see are these ones blocking down the two end columns, the last two columns I should say, and the last row. So that will put a 1 into that square there, or won't it? Right, I've seen a couple of interesting things about this grid already, but not interesting enough to tell you, because you might be expecting something more interesting than it really is. So we'll hang off. I'll hold up on that for just a while. So the interesting thing that I have seen is a 5 in this square. Now you're going to ask me to prove it, aren't you? And so I'll prove it in this way. We have 5 blocking here and across here. That puts a pair of 5s up here. So that means 5 blocks this square, 5 blocks this square, and 5 blocks this square, right? So now we are limited to only the middle row here, right? These 3 squares here. Now obviously we've got the 5 blocking here. And when we look down here and see our 5 blocking across here and the 5 blocking down here, we know 5 is limited to one of these 2 squares, so therefore blocking that square, so eventually we end up with a 5 there. I hope that was reasonable. If you're new to Sudoku, you might have to think about that for a little while, but I'm sure you will get it very quickly. Now I've also seen something else. Because the 3 blocks across here end up here, and the 7 blocks up here end up here, we are limited to 3, 7 just here. So we've got a 3, 7 pair in those 2 squares. Now we have 1 across here and 1 up here, so this has to be a 1. Now if this is 3, 7, that leaves us with 2 and 6, so the 2 blocking that square, the 2 goes there and the 6 is there. was quite loud today. Seems to be fairly quiet outside actually. It's a back to work day after a public holiday, but it seems we had floods here, or I had floods here yesterday. The water has gone down. The car is back in front of the house. It rained in the night, so it woke me up in the middle of the night again, but not too terrible that I had to kind of take the car out again, so that's a good thing. I'm sure you're picking up on this construction noise outside. It's a bit, I'm not really sure what it is. It sounds like some kind of chain pulley type device. I don't know why, but that's what it sounds like. Shall I do what I often do when in doubt? Just click on a number and see where it takes me. Must admit, I was hoping for a little bit more inspiration than this, but I just don't seem to be able to open my sleepy eyes. Come on, come on. Ah, okay. Well, I don't know how useful it's going to be, but I do have 4, 9, and 2 blocking these three squares, meaning that 4, 9, and 2 have to be in those squares only. So, is that going to be anything for me? So then this must contain 1, 3, and 7. For the ones, no, that doesn't offer much hope because that will just put ones into these squares here. And one is, sorry, one's in those squares like that. That's very symmetrical and very unhelpful. If it's 3, what does that give me? I've seen some things about 3s already. Let's see again. Like this. Oh, not there now. That will be across there. Ah, oh no, 1s are here. Up here, unfortunately, like that. And over here, still plenty of space for 3 to go. Okay. And 7. No. Nothing useful up there. So, so 4, 9, and 2 in those squares has put a 9 into these squares here. and the 4 anywhere, and the 2 still anywhere. I think so. Absolutely didn't help me. Maybe it helped you. It didn't help me though. Can I work out what's going on up here? 1 has to be in those squares, right? And 2 are in these squares, so we got at least 1 and 2. 3's, no, we don't know, because 3 could be like this now. 4, obviously they're 5. 5 is there or there, right? 6 is here or here. 7, as mentioned, can go just about anywhere there, so that's not good. And how about 8's like this? Is that good? No. Oh dear. Right, I think I've reached my limit of tolerance for notation-free Sudoku, so I should go ahead and place pencil marks to help me finish the game. As I have said many times, this is not a notation-free channel. So let's go ahead and finish it off, shall we? Missing digits here are 3 and 7. Let's put them in like that. What else is going on? Let's do this 9, 4 and 2 limited to these squares here since I found them. And let's do my 7's here, my 1's here, and my 3's there, since I did work that block out as kind of having been limited somehow. I think that might be a useful way of doing it. Right, okay. Let's go ahead now and work out everything else. So 1's appear in those squares, 1's appear across here, 1's also appear across there. 2's. Oh, come on. Come on. I knew it was 1 and 2 in that row, but I'd forgotten that I'd already found 1 limited to these squares here. I just can't keep it in my head long enough. Can't keep it in my head for longer than a few seconds. There you go. I'm never going to make one of these Notation free experts. Never gonna happen. Right, okay. Now, what else do we know up here? Anything? Well, we already knew 6 was in those squares there. Actually, no, it's not gonna finish off the thing anyway at that point. Okay, let's get back to what I was doing. Ones, twos. Maybe it's not quite as helpful as I thought it was going to be. Okay, of course, now we have 3's blocking up here and 3's across here, so we know this has to be a pair of 3. So that's a 7, and that is, oh, excuse me, I had the wrong mode selected. That's a 7, and this is a 3. Of course, 3's are paired down here. Threes go here and 3's go there. Actually, I already know that 5's are in these squares, don't I? I just remembered. Because I said 5 blocking down here and across here. Puts a 5 there. We also have 5 missing from those squares. And we have 5's up here. I haven't done 4's yet. I haven't finished 4's anyway, or have I? Is there nothing else to do? No, there are 4's to go in those squares. Pair of 6's there. So now, because 7 blocks up here and 7 blocks across here, we know 7's are there, and that means 7's have to be in this square here, and then the 5 blocks across here, so that's our 5, meaning this is a 5 and this is not a 5. And this 5 here means that can't be a 5, so that is our 5 there. Ooh, what's going on? I've got the wrong mode selected, excuse me. This would be our 5 here now, and this would be our 6, and this square can be deleted. Okay. 6 blocking across this row, and this row puts a 6 there. This is a 1 then, meaning this is a 1, and this is not. Okay, now we got ourselves a pair of 3 and 7 there. Right, okay. 6 down here and down here, so that's a 6 there. 6 across here, and down there, and that's a 6 there. Wrong mode selected again. 6 there and 6 here. 6 in that square there, and this one can be taken away. Eight blocking up here, so that's a pair of 8's there, which means this must be an 8 to fit here. Eights are a pair in these squares here. The missing number down here is a 4, and so the last number to fit here has to be a 2, I think. Right. So missing digits from these two squares then are 8 and 9. Let's put them in. Pair of 9s go there. Do anything else? Know anything else about 8s? Not quite. Okay, let's go back and see the numbers again, shall we? Okay, 4 blocking down here now means there must be a pair of 4s there. Oh, 6 is our first digit that's actually done. I didn't realize it's finished already. Okay, so then the 8s and 9s, there was nothing. I already looked at that, haven't I? Okay, so I've actually got to fill in the rest of the candidates then. So we got ourselves a 1 and a 2 here. 3, 8 and 7. The only missing number up here now is a 9, I believe. So let's put 9 everywhere. Down here we have 3 and... This is all done, this block. So 1, 2, 3. We don't have 4 down here. Do we know anything about 4s? Nope. 4 everywhere. 5, 6, 7 blocks across here. So 7 in those squares there. 8 and 9 are done. Any nice patterns that we can avail ourselves of here? Maybe not. This is done, so down here we're looking for, still looking for 2s, 2 blocks across here like that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 done. 8 not done yet. 8 blocks across there, so 8 in those squares there. Let's go across here. We have 1 already. 2 blocks across here like this. 2 in those squares. 3's in. 4. Hello, 4. Really no information about 4s. Okay, 4 goes there. 5, 6, 7 across here, so 7 in those squares. 8 across here and 8 down here, so 8 in those squares there, and 9 across here and 9 from down there, so 9 in those squares. I don't find anything amazing across this lower grid. Lower chute, sorry. Okay, so I'm going to keep working upwards then. There's only 1 more block actually to go anyway. So 2 blocks down here, so we can put 2 into those squares. 3 blocks down here. Aha, 3 actually is in those squares anyway, as I worked out right at the beginning and have now forgotten. 4. Can we say anything about 4? No, we cannot. 5, 6 are done. Where's a 7? Here's a 7. Here's a 7 blocking across here. 7 in those squares. Here's an 8 blocking across this row and an 8 blocking down here. So we have 8 in those squares, and then a 9 blocking across the same row and a 9 blocking down here. So we have 9 here. I think that's going to give me something there, isn't it? Maybe not. kind of just looked across here. What did I have? 7, 8, no, not 7's possible in that square. I was thinking 7, 8, and 9, three numbers in 3 squares, but actually I've got 7 in that square there as well. So that's not quite what I was thinking it might be. Are we actually left with some kind of puzzle here? That's not what I was expecting. I thought once I'd got this far, I was likely to get the rest of the game, but no. Clearly there's still more thinking to be done. It's a very noisy bird outside. I'm not sure if the microphone is picking up. A very strange sounding bird out there. So even if I'd found that notation free, even if I'd got this far notation free, I would have got stuck again, I'm sure of it. So I don't feel quite so disheartened now. I was feeling a bit annoyed that I didn't get further, because there were obviously, I mean, I'd seen this part down here and I should have spotted this bit up here, of course, and did not. Oh, I can see what I've got. Look, I've got a 9 in this square here, which is a mistake. It shouldn't go there, should it? And now that I've seen that, of course, now I can see my mistake. So maybe I oops. We have 1, 2, and 4 in 3 squares there. No wonder I couldn't find the answer. I've made a mistake in filling in the candidates. That never helps, does it? Okay, so then this has to be a 9 because it can't be a 2 or a 4. So 9 goes there, meaning this is a 9. And we shall get rid of all other 9 instances of 9, excuse me, that cannot be played. Right. Now I'm assuming life is going to be a bit easier from here on. But I should never make that assumption in Sudoku until you get to just a couple of numbers left. Oh, I haven't done the other elimination yet, have I? I forgot, because I got so carried away of doing that one particular number, I forgot I've also got to remove a 4 in this square. Alright, let's just click on the numbers and see if I've missed anything, missed any eliminations or whatever. Okay, 3's. Still unchanged since the beginning, really. So it looks like I've made the eliminations necessary, and I'm still stuck on some kind of logic thing here. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so what I see it now. This is the only 8 right here. Let's just see. Yeah, this is the only 8 in this row. So this has to be an 8. And this is our 2, meaning this is 2 here, and neither of these can be 2. That leaves us with a single 9 there. Putting a 9 down here. These 2 squares can have their 9. Oh, excuse me, wrong mode selected. I hate it when it happens to have their 9s removed. Right. So what's left? Here we have an 8, so this has to be a 4. If I choose the right mode on the computer, I'll get it. And I should also remove these 4s here. Right. Now, how are we doing? How about the 8s? Is there more to do on the 8s yet? Maybe not. Right, I'm going to have to click again, like we did last summer. Oh yeah, this can't be a 2 here now, since we got the 2 over here. And this can't be a 2 because of this square here, so let's get rid of that 2. There we go. So then, this now is the only 2 in this column. So there you go, in you go, and this will be a 4, and now the game must be over. This is a 1, of course, and this is a 5, and this is the 8, and this is the 5 here. So this is a 7, 3 goes here, 4 in that square there, 2 here, 4 there, 3 there, 2 there, 2 up here, and 1 there. So 1, 2, 5, 6 are now done. I'm getting a rumbling in the stomach, so that means I should have eaten before playing, broken a cardinal golden rule. Let's get rid of that 2, shall we? Because 2s are done now. Right, what else do we need? We need a 3. How are we doing on 3s? Well, this clearly can't be a 3, so this has to be a 3. And can we get the others? No, not yet, so let's just eliminate that candidate then. Now we have a 4 here, means this must be a 7, and this will be our 8. This must be an 8 then, and this can be an 8. We have a 7 here, that means this must be a 4. 7 will go there. You're a 4, you're a 7. 4 means you're a 3, you're a 4. 3 means you're a 7, you're a 3. 3 here means you can't be 3, so you must be a 3. You're an 8. And you are a 9, you're an 8. And you can't be an 8, so you have to be a 7 whether you like it or not, and 9 will complete the game. Okay, so I missed stuff there that I shouldn't have missed, but actually I think that was quite a tough game right up until towards the end there, because there were some things I should have spotted. Although maybe it's just because I made a mistake in filling in my candidates, so no need to point out the mistake, because I have actually identified the mistake myself. It's not, doesn't mean it was a fluke, it just means I put a number where a number shouldn't have gone. That's the New York Times for today. Am I in the mood to work now? No, not really. I'm in the mood to eat instead. Alright, that didn't work. I'll be back later, I guess, with the LA Times, probably a long while from now. Bye bye.